What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live show. I am LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Big win for them boys coming back home by beating and sweeping the Sacramento Kings 120-109. The Nova boys, right? You want to say them, but really, 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 that dude from the Chocolate City, DC, Josh Hart, big tonight. Big Taz, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big game for Josh Hart. Huge. 31 points for Josh Hart. Huge. Huge, huge. You know, the Nova connection, Brunson at 35. DiVincenzo at 21. Rondo, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Cruz rolling in. Big win for them boys, 120-109. Jay Supreme, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Great win. You know, this is why you love this team, right? Of course, with all the bad news of Randall coming out today, of course, I'll touch on that. If you guys didn't get a chance to go through and check out my live, please do so. I did it earlier today around lunchtime. With all the news going on, all the stuff, just 3-game losing streak, the Randall news, for them to gut it out tonight, had to dig deep for this, man. They started off slow, but they had to dig deep. Pull out this victory today, man. It speaks about this team. This is why you love this team. Every piece and level of what this team is, you got to love it. You got to love the fight. But it's a representation of who Brunson is, right? He sets the tone. He's the leader. He's the head of the stink. Everyone calls him that. But it's the culture that's being built. Gravity, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 120-109. So it's just the culture, man, that's being built. And you have to love it because no matter what odds they've been faced with against, right? What type of hand they was dealt. What you do know is that every night they're going to come out and they're going to fight and they're going to play hard. Period. End of story. And that's why you love this team. This team represents New York City through and through. Kevin Taylor, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. My first time seeing you, sir. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew. Big win for the boys, 120-109. So, you know, they talk about championship DNA. They talk about all those things, right? And when Brunson came, he changed everything. And then when Brunson came, Josh Hart came. And after Josh Hart came, then DiVincenzo came. So look at the culture that's being built. Look at the identity. Yeah, even guys got scrappy guys out there like Deuce McBride, right? You have a scrappy guy like iHeart, right? All of these things really cements and really builds who this team is. Perfect example. We were down by 15 in the first quarter, if I'm correct. Make sure I got the score right. You're down by 15, 35-20. Kings was shooting the lights out. But this team kept digging, kept fighting, kept chipping away at the lead, chipping away at the lead, chipping away, chipping away, chipping away. And before you know it, they tied it in that third quarter with a big-time three from DiVincenzo, back-to-back threes by him. He was huge tonight. Brunson was Brunson, but to me, the star of the game was Josh Hart. Josh Hart is a total reflection of the city, period. And it's funny because he's from the Northeast. He's from DC. I keep on talking about that pedigree, that type of guy, right? You see it. You know, sometimes he does things that you don't like, you know, but one thing you do know about him, one thing you do know is that he's going to play hard. He's not going to be out there lollygagging, not being out there just not giving his all. He's going to do it night in and night in. Night in and night out. You know that with Josh Hart. And you got to love it, man. You got to love exactly what it is. And that's why this team, believe it or not, has captured the hearts of Knicks fans, period. It made you understand and realize why you love this team so much. This is a throwback of those 90s teams. It's a throwback of those teams, man. Gritty, hard-nosed guys. Starks, Mason, Oakley. Xavier McDaniel, of course, Patrick Ewing, right? Gritty, hard-nosed guys. Greg Anthony, right? This team represents that in so many. There was one part in the game, was in the fourth quarter, where it was like a tip ball in the air, and they was trying to get the rebound, and Josh Hart just went up and snatched it away from Sabonis, battling down there amongst the trees, snatched it away. I love that. I love that. Jay Supreme says, we got a bunch of dogs on this team. No divas, exactly. Well said, sir. A bunch of dogs. And so that's why it's important, believe it or not, about who they're going to decide to bring in, or who they're going to, because they're going to make a move this summer. Trust and believe they are. Who they're going to bring in, because they got to fit the culture. They got to fit the culture, as if not, they're going to get run out that locker room. They just are. It's a different type of guy in that locker room, man. A different type of grit. And I think Tibbs loves those guys. You know why? Because they don't complain, man. They go out there and they play hard. It does not matter. Iheart goes out there and plays hard. He's not asking questions. He's not worried about how many minutes he's playing. No one's complaining. Nothing. They go out there to play hard. Same thing with Deuce. The reason why Deuce is playing so well, he doesn't complain. He goes out there and plays hard. Coach wants him to play 48 minutes. He plays 48 minutes. It doesn't matter. No complaining with these guys. They just lost 3 in a row. 2 of those games I felt they could have won. I felt they could have won in Miami too. They just came off a little flat. They could have whined. They could have cried. Doesn't matter. Back to business as usual. Big time win. Big time win. You know, and I have to stay on Josh Hart for a second, because we were good. We were solid before he came. But when he came, and it's like Brunson got a little piece of that DNA from Villanova, right? A little piece of that. It's like the dynamic of this team changed when he came. It's like he brought the toughness, if that makes any sense. Brunson brings the culture, right? Josh Hart brings the toughness, man. He is like the Draymond Green of this team. Like, he brings the toughness. And that sets the tone for everybody else. And they're perfect representation of their coach, because that's how Tibbs is. So that's why he plays Josh Hart the way he does. I don't think did Josh Hart even come out the game? How many minutes did he play tonight? Let me just go check. Oh, he did come on. He played 43 minutes. Sorry, but he did come out the game. So I'm just I'm just saying. So you see that, and you see the energy that he brings, and it feeds off of guys. And if you're not willing to be out there playing your heart out, playing hard, doing those necessary things, the little things that we need to do to win, it's not going to work on this team. It's just not. A bunch of hard-nosed guys that go out there and play hard. The flamethrower. You see him walking out there. I think I busted his mouth. His mouth is bleeding. It doesn't matter. He gets back out there. De'Aaron Fox tries to make a move. He blocks his shot. Big time shooter. Was big in that third quarter. Was the one that catapulted us. Him and Deuce, actually. Deuce who started picking it up in that third quarter too. Deuce also had a good game as well. But the flamethrower hitting timely threes, timely shots. Streaky shooter, but so what? A guy like that who's not afraid. He listen. It doesn't matter if he missed 2 in a row. It doesn't matter if he missed 3 in a row. It doesn't matter with that guy. He'll come back down there and fire it up and shoot it as if he never missed. He never missed a 3 a day in his life. And that's the type of attitude you got to have. And to me, I think a perfect representation of him and what's happening with him in New York is similar to what Draymond Green said on Draymond Green's show after the Knicks beat the Warriors, right? You guys got to go check that out. He talks about it there. It was around the time he was breaking down Brunson and how good Brunson is. But he said, but the thing with Dante, what was happening is that they're letting Dante play out here. Like, we're letting him rock. Tibbs ain't really giving him, like, you know, like a short leash, shall I say. Like, he's letting him rock. He's letting him do whatever he wants to do. And that's the best way to play. Because now you know you can play through your mistakes. And those are the best players. And that's what he does with Josh Hart, too. Josh Hart makes mistakes, as we know, right? Sometimes he's jump passing, doing a whole bunch of stuff. Sometimes he goes to the rack. He's not finishing at the rim. He's doing these passes, and it kind of, right? But Tibbs lets those guys play through their mistakes. Even when we did have Randall and OG Anunoby, he still let those guys play through their mistakes. And that's key. Because now you can play with confidence. Now you believe in yourself. Now you know what you have to do. And you're not questioning anything. You're just not. Now you're just playing. Big in that third quarter for him. Huge. Huge. Those 2 threes that he knocked down, the one that he tied up when he hit that 3 in that corner, or the elbow it was, tied the game up, bang, bang. I said, okay, game over. We got this. Because once you do that to a team, right, you kind of take their heart in a sense. Because they were beating the Knicks handily, and then the Knicks just fought their way back. They just did. He was big. He was big. He was big. Can we really, really start making the case for Deuce being the most improved player on this team? They gave out individual awards for this team, right? To me, the most improved player on this team is Deuce. Hands down. I know some people are going to say iHeart. You're going to throw that out there. It's Deuce. Hands down. Hands down. The way he's playing, man. If anyone says that they saw this coming, I know Tibbs says that, hey, I saw it in practice. Man, they didn't see this. They knew he was going to be solid. They knew he was going to be a good player. But the way he's playing, man, defensively, he guards the toughest guy. Guard De'Aaron Fox. Fox was cooking him, but it didn't matter. Deuce was still on him, right on his hip. Still contesting shots, still playing hard. It doesn't matter. The other night when they played OKC, Jalen Williams pushed off of Deuce, basically knocked him over to get that dunk. Deuce fell on the ground. So what? He got back up. He's ready to rock and roll for the next play. Toughness, man. Not just the physical toughness, but the mental toughness. The mental toughness to come from where Deuce came at the beginning of the season to be where he's at right now, starting for the Knicks and being a big contributing factor to what it is that they do. Big Taz said Fox was schooling Deuce, but he stuck with it. Hey, Big Taz, that's the point, though. That's the exact point that I'm making. It's okay. Fox is going to get his. We know how good he is. De'Aaron Fox is an all-star. We already understand that. But Deuce didn't back down. And to me, that's the toughness, man. Because some dudes, Big Taz, some dudes, they start getting cooked. Their head drops down. They start playing bad on the offensive end. They fold up. But see, Deuce doesn't do that. He gets down, gets next to that, gets right next to that, that next play. It's as if those plays never happened. Period. He's knocking down threes, coming back right on your hip or right in your chest defensively. There's not a more improved player on this team than Deuce. Period. And I don't know. Listen, we got to give it to Tibbs. Listen, we got to give it to him and Leon. Because I'm telling you right now, they signed him right at the perfect time. They probably have a crystal ball saying, this dude is about to cook. And if we don't sign him now, we're going to have to pay him big money. So listen, let's just lock him in right now. I guarantee you he takes it. All right, cool. Give it to him. Let's see what he does. 3 years, $13 million. I'm taking that. All right, boom. We got one. Because now Deuce is locked in. And this is a steal. because he's only going to get better. He's only going to get better from here. Corey Lindsay, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win from the boys, 120 to 109. Josh Hart, 31 big points. So I talked about Deuce, talked about Josh Hart, talked about the flamethrower. But let's get to the man. And you know who I'm talking about. Only had 5 points in that first quarter. The rest of the quarters had 30 points, but 13 big points in that fourth quarter to close the show. 35 big points. I said it on the show. I said it here. We got to start having talks about him getting some MVP votes. We have to. We listen, big body Brunson. Listen, we got to start having these talks. To me, he's definitely first team All NBA. He's the guard going right next to SGA. He's the other guard. Cold with it, man. Cold-blooded. Listen, let me tell you something. That three that he pulled from the parking lot, bang, bang. He ripped the hearts out of them dudes, man. Because they were trying to do everything. He was blitzing them. The Knicks finally did what every middle school team does. When the blitz comes, you have somebody flash to the middle. You hit the guy in the middle. Now he can operate from the top of the key. You learn that in middle school basketball. Knicks started doing that and started carving them up. Because then what happens is now they got to guard Brunson one-on-one, and they don't want to do that. And after that, he was doing whatever he wanted. Whatever he wanted. He was unguardable tonight, man. And for me, what makes him different from a lot of guards, and this is why I say he's first team All NBA. When it's money time, that's when he's at his best. Most dudes aren't like that, man. They fold up, man. When it's money time, that's when he's at his best. Now, boom, he didn't play that well in Miami. He spoke about it. So what? Who cares? He had 61 a couple of nights ago. It was basically almost the reason why we should have won when they fouled him at OKC, right? We should have won that game. But what does he do tonight? Scores 13 of his 35 in the fourth. Big time shots. And able to break down that blitz that they was giving to him, hitting Josh Hart in the middle, hitting I Hart in the middle. And now they can facilitate from the top of that key and was carving up the Kings. But that's all Brunson. That's all Brunson. He creates those matchups, man, because he's so deadly, man. They got to do something. They got to get the ball out of his hands. So they're blitzing him. And now the Knicks are learning how to break down that blitz, man. But, they should have known. Like I said, this is middle school stuff, man. Everybody knows that. But still, you got to love it, man. You got to love it. And he's really solidifying himself, to me, as deserving, of MVP votes, as well as definitely first team All NBA. East New York, Dre, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. East New York, man, I haven't seen you in a while, man. I don't know if you came by before. You look familiar, but I just want to know if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you coming through rocking with me and my crew tonight. Big win for them boys, 120 to 109. Hey guys, I don't want to kind of start a riff or a beef or whatever. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that, East New York, Dre. Appreciate you coming through rocking with us tonight. But is it obvious to me, and I know it's soon, but I think going forward, man, I think iHeart should be the center going forward, even going into next season. I think so, man. I think Mitch is perfect on that second unit. Yo, iHeart looked like Baby Joker out there, man. You see, he had 8 assists tonight. Did you see him carving them up? You see him hit Josh Hart with the no look. Whoop. Josh Hart finished with the look like Jordan. That's all iHeart, man. Top of that key. Now he's able to direct and run the offense. Then he hit Deuce with that joint to no look in the corner. Boom. Deuce was ready. Caught it. Bang, bang. That's all iHeart, man. You cannot diminish or really kind of like don't pay attention to things like that. Mitch can't do that. Not even close. So you got to identify what, or how can I say, like, not even identify. You just have, well, same thing. You just got to recognize and identify with however you want to say it. How does the team look better? Like running the offense wise and defensively wise too. Like they just look like a better team offensively. They just do. And I'm not trying to diminish Mitch. I'm not trying to say we don't need Mitch because I think we do. But we got to identify who's the better player. And I think iHeart was given an opportunity and he grabbed it and ran off with this job, man. I think he's got it going forward. And I think going into next season, I don't see how Mitch beats him out for this job. I just don't. He did a solid job on some bonus again tonight. And offensively, everything just flows, man. Excuse me, just flows. Those backdoor passes are beautiful that he throws, man. Beautiful. And just offensively, we're just flowing. Flowing. And I'm just watching the game and I'm saying, man, look. And then when Mitch comes in, you see the big difference. Now, I understand, Mitch is just coming back, and I thought he played better tonight. I thought Mitch played solid. A couple of block shots, a couple of offensive rebounds. I thought he looked good down there. He's great on the offensive glass. So that's why I think he'll be great for the second unit. But for that first unit, there's so many moving pieces, so many picks and rolls and all that other stuff. Vibes, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 120-109. It's so many moving parts, right, with that offense. Talking about the starters. That you're going to need a guy. You need a big man at the top of the key that can see the floor, that can pass, and that can also finish with the little baby jumper or a little hook shot, whatever. Mitch doesn't have that in his bag. There's things that iHeart does that Mitch just doesn't have, skill set wise. Vibes says Sabonis was killing that. No, he was not, man. No, he was not. I mean, he's going to get his, but he wasn't killing iHeart. No, he wasn't. Nah, man. No. Vibes, we have to disagree, sir. He had his moments, Vibes. He had his moments. He wasn't just killing iHeart. No way, man. Listen, look. Sabonis is going to get his, man. He's an all-star. He's an all-star. Like he's going to get his. He is. But to say that he was killing iHeart, no. Just because a guy scores a couple of times down the court doesn't mean he's destroying somebody. So you know what I'm saying? So Bob says Mitch is a better matchup. No, he's not. Do you remember that? You saw that first matchup that they had in Sacramento? You saw what iHeart did to him? iHeart made it hard for him tonight, man. He didn't make it easy. See, the reality is that guys are going to get theirs, especially a guy like Sabonis. So you got to pay attention to the game. And I'm saying you're not, Vibes. What I'm saying is you got to understand the ebbs and flows. Sabonis could never really get in the rhythm. He couldn't. Even Shaq at halftime said, yo, he should have a lot more points than that. But he couldn't really get into a rhythm. He had his moments, but it wasn't like to the point where it was like, yo, he's dominating. Yo, we got to double him. We got to get Mitch in here. That's not what was happening at all. Bob says, what game was you watching, LV? Let's watch the same game you was, brother. And I didn't see him dominating or killing iHeart. I didn't see that. De'Aaron Fox was killing Deuce. He was scorching Deuce, but it didn't matter because Deuce Stayed on him. Bob said, "I don't know, man. Listen. I'm just saying what I. It's all in perception, right? How you view the game. That's all I'm saying. And how I view it, and how I viewed it tonight was I saw Sabonis had his moments, but I don't think he was killing Iheart. I didn't see that. Now was Sabonis getting his, yeah, but he wasn't killing. Bob said, I'm just saying what I see. Yeah, I feel you, brother. East Dre, New York said, I noticed that the Kings were hesitant against our second unit. Mitch is getting his bounce back. Just wait. You know what? Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's why I'm saying I think Mitch will be better for the second unit. Because now, with guys not really being able, you're not going to have the shot creators out there like you do with the first unit. So you're going to need somebody out there getting offensive boards. To me, that's where Mitch comes in. So I think he'll be good for that second unit. I think there was a couple of lobs that could have been there his way. He tried to get one. So he's getting his legs back. You know what I mean? But I do like what I saw tonight from him. He was active tonight. So he's going to be better. But I do think that he just looks better with that second unit. He just does because the offense flows differently. And then certain things aren't expected of him that Iheart does, right? So that's not expected from Mitch, from that second unit. According to LV, man, Chicago's got mad injuries. Yeah, man. Hey, man, we got to see, man. We got to see. But listen, we got to keep this rolling. We got to keep this rolling because I think right now, I think we're tied with Chicago, right? Philly won tonight. Joel Embiid is back, so we got to watch out for them, right? So a lot of teams are going to be pushing for position now. Big Taz says, LV, do you think that Josh Hart attacking the middle will be our new weapon? You know what? Not our new weapon, Big Taz, but he's always done that. It's just that sometimes he doesn't really put the pressure on. It's like he takes his foot off the gas sometimes. And sometimes I think he overthinks things. He's got to make the game a lot more easier. Like, that's what he does. He's a downhill type of player. I like his little 15-footer. I like his turnaround jump shots that he does right there in the paint. That to me, he's been making a lot of those. So I think he needs to focus on that. To me, if he has a wide open three, take it. Take that. But if he gets the rebound, look to push. Do what you've always been doing. Right? So I think sometimes he just, I don't know why, but sometimes he just, I'll put it to like this. An aggressive Josh Hart is what we need. When he's not aggressive like that, that's where you kind of start seeing him run into problems. East New York Dre says, do you think that now we know Randall's not coming back, now people can settle in their roles? I honestly think OG is the X factor. Well said, sir. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. I'm gonna touch on Randall in a second, but I totally agree on that. Remember, we beat this team with OG and Obi. He's a difference maker in so many different ways. So many different ways. But I'm gonna touch on Randall in 1 second. Let me just kind of finish, just kind of chopping up with the game. So, guys, really quick, man, just kind of breaking it down. After that first quarter, guys, we dominated the rest of the game. Second quarter, we beat them 32-25. Third quarter, we beat them again 35-27. Fourth quarter, we beat them again 33-22. So really, we controlled the game after the first quarter. After the first quarter. But I will tell you this, though, guys. You know who played well tonight? Bogdanovic played well, man. He only played 12 minutes, but he was 5 for 7 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. 12 points, man. Those 12 points were big because he came in and he got those kind of like when the Knicks needed a couple of buckets. And he came through and got that, man. I thought he played well. Really well. And you got to love Mitch, man. I talked about Mitch only played 15 minutes tonight, which is good because he's getting back into shape. But he has 7 boards tonight in those 15 minutes. 5 offensive, 2 defensive rebounds. Thought the Knicks were great tonight on that end. But you got to give it to Bogey, man. He played well. And as terrible as the Knicks shot from three, all in all, they ended off shooting 42% from three and 55% from the field. And a lot of that is Josh Hart going downhill, man, getting those layups. But also, we got to tighten up on the line, man. We only shot 69% from the free throw line. 69%. De'Aaron Fox is getting busy, man. He was getting busy tonight. He was getting busy. But great win. Roberto Rivera, man, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. If everybody coming through, man, please make sure you hit that like button, man. Hit that like button for your boy tonight. Oh, Bergie was good tonight, man. What's going on with Burks, man? Burks look like, man, I said, come on, man. Burks looks like, man, he's just out, though. He's like he's out to lunch, man. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm telling you right now, listen, I know Tibbs is kind of like, trying to have loyalty with the guy, but you got to be honest, man. To me, I think you got to give Shake Milton those minutes. Let's see Shake. Let's see what he could do. Whatever. Randall's not coming back. We need to kind of start figuring out these minutes and getting this playoff rotation together. I know he trusts Burks. I understand all that, but yo, man, we got to be honest here. Just got to be honest. Now, really quick, right now, let's touch on the Randall piece really quick. Right before the game, it dropped that he was doing contact, full contact. He said it to the guy that was working the game tonight. It was Chris Hayes, I think his name is. 5 weeks ago, and he hurt his shoulder again. And that's when he knew that pretty much he wasn't ready. Here's the issue I have with that. Coach, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Big win for the boys, 120-109. Here's the issue that I have with that. If they knew back then that he re-injured it or he hurt it 5 weeks ago, you should have had him get the surgery then. Because this surgery is going to take a while to recover from. They should have had him get the surgery then. 5 weeks ago. Why wait now? Why wait now? And guys, and I said it on my live. I said it on my live earlier. And I said it on my live before. I said, listen, man, I said, they got to make a decision. I said, because if you're going to throw him in the fire in the playoffs with no warm-up games and no nothing, that's not fair to Randall. Just let him get the surgery and let him get his rest and get things back in order. But don't throw him out there like that and he don't have no warm-up games. That's not fair to that. That's not fair to Randall. And so it stinks, but I'm glad that he's getting the surgery. I'm glad, and we can kind of put it to rest and let him get the surgery, get better, be ready to go. Because guys, listen, this is for the long haul. This is not something that's just going to be just the one-time a year thing. We're building a culture here. So we got a lot more to build. We wanted the Knicks to go far in the playoffs this year, but no one really thought they were going to win a championship. The moves we make this summer could put us over that hill. You know what I mean? To win a championship. So Randall getting better and getting healthy is just going to make us a better team. Excuse me. And so for me, that's why I was kind of happy with it. Because I was like, all right, cool. Let him rest up. Let him get his legs back. Let him get, his shoulder back. Let him kind of get just all the way back to where he could be a better player. We don't have to worry about it. He could just be ready to go. But 5 weeks ago, man. 5 weeks ago, he said he knew this. To me, the Knicks staff dropped the ball on that. Big time. They should have told him, man, okay, get surgery. We'll sit him. Let's not wait. For what? Now, to me, what this does, and watching this team, They played good. They played good tonight. But that game in Chicago, that game in Miami really made me raise some eyebrows because now with this Randall injury, I believe they're going to go out and they're going to make a big splash. They're going to make a big splash this summer. And they're going to bring somebody in to go next to Brunson, like a guard that could score. So, I want to see exactly what that looks like and who they're going to bring. But I will tell you this much: it's going to be probably a disgruntled star or somebody that wants to leave or whatever. And I would not be surprised if the Knicks bring in somebody next to Brunson, another scoring guard to go along with Randall, OG, and iHeart. Yeah, I said iHeart. I think iHeart comes back. So here we go. Coach is back, everybody. Everybody give a big salute to Coach. He is president of the Cat Hive, right? We're going to say that. The president of the Cat Hive. He wants to bring Karl-Anthony Towns to the Knicks. It's not happening, Coach. It's not happening. It's not happening. So I think that's what the Knicks are going to do. They're going to make a big splash because now they realize how close they are, and because also too, if somebody gets hurt, if someone gets injured, they don't want the ball to stop. They want things to keep rolling, and then they want to take the pressure off of Brunson. Right? So I think that they go out and they land somebody big. I think they keep DiVincenzo. They're going to keep Deuce. iHeart comes back. Mitch. I would not be surprised if someone like Precious Achiuwa isn't there, but I wouldn't be surprised if he is there. I know Burks is going to be gone. Bogdanovic is going to be gone. I'm going to probably move off of some of them picks. So that's what I think is going to happen this summer. But I think also, too, with OG Anunoby coming back, we could be really dangerous, man, for some teams. Because like I said earlier in my life, in the playoffs, the court shrinkens. So it shrinks. So now you got to really be able to kind of score in them pockets. And if you can't defend, which the Knicks can do, and you don't have an assassin at the top of the key, which is Brunson, you're going to have a hard night against us. You just are. And so I think we can steal some games and steal a series here and there. Very similar to what Miami did last year. I can see us doing that, but I don't see us going to the finals. I don't. I see us losing possibly in the second round or even in the Eastern Conference Finals. But at the same time, I could also see us losing in the first round. I can. Especially if guys aren't making shots in the playoffs. Playoffs is a different beast. The intensity is higher. And so I can see both sides of the spectrum, if that makes any sense. Because of the playoffs, man. The playoffs is a different beast. So I just would not be surprised if certain things like that transpire. But if OG Anunoby comes back, and we look similar to that team that played in Golden State and played in Sacramento when he came back, I think we're a dangerous team in the playoffs. We are. So, guys just got to be able to make shots and not let the playoff pressure, shall I say, get to them. And if they can do that, I think we'll be okay. But great win tonight. Great win tonight for them boys. Great win tonight for them, men. So let me check the schedule out real quick. I know we do have Chicago coming up, so I believe we have 6 games left. So let's take a look at that really, really quickly here. So we got the Bulls coming up, right? We got the Bulls. We got the Bucks, then the Bulls, then the Celtics, then the Bulls again. We play the Bulls 3 out of the next 6 games. We got 4 away games and 2 home games. So we'll be away on the road for the next 8 5 days, 6 days we'll be on the road. We come back home on April 12th. So it's going to be big, man. These games are going to be big. These games are going to be big. I know I can see Boston resting their guys, and I think Brooklyn is finished. So the tough games are going to be with Chicago and the Bucks. And outside of that, I think the Knicks finish strong. So to me, I don't care if we're the 4th, 5th, or 6th seed. To me, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Because if we place the Cavs for that 6-3 series, I think we'll be fine. If we play Orlando in that 4th or 5th series, I think we'll be fine. You know what I mean? So I'm not really too worried about that. We just got to get to the playoffs and be healthy. How about that? Big Taz says, LV, do you think that we should move to the 6th seed, right, and handle the Cavs? Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, it wouldn't bother me. It really wouldn't. The playoffs is different, man. It doesn't really matter. You got to know how to win on the road in the playoffs, man. So the Knicks have shown and proven that they can do that. It showed it last year. So I don't think it really matters. It's just we got to get to the playoffs, man, and get healthy. Get OG and Obi back and see exactly what we have. And I think we'll be fine. We just got to keep this thing rolling, man. We just got to keep it rolling. All right, listen, I'll be back tomorrow night to discuss the Knicks against the Bulls. All right, which is going to be a big game tomorrow in Chicago. All right, so the Knicks are going to be on a road trip. Like I said, they're going to be going for probably about 6 days. So I'll be back tomorrow night to discuss that game. All right, if it's your first time coming through, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. All right, also, too, if you're watching this on replay, right, please subscribe. Hit that like button, and also to leave comments, okay? So we can go back and forth and debate. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Peace.